nataka niwaambie hii mafuta inaongezwa usiku na mchana. Mimi nataka niwaeleze ya kwamba these people don't understand the damage they are doing to the people and the economy of Kenya. Kwa hii taxes wanaongeza usiku na mchana. Na mimi nataka niwaulize watu wa hapa Manga, tafadhali, mkiona tumesimama hapa mbele yenu, tunawaambia ya kwamba tutengeneze hiyo serikali inakuja. Ndio hiyo imepanda bei. Si ni namna hiyo? Sasa badala ya watu kushughulikia mafuta, wanaanza mambo ya fitina, ati wananipangia. Sasa mnanipangia nini? Pangieni mafuta kwanza iteremuke chini. Ama ni aje? Ama ni aje? Wadosi wengine hapo wanajaribu kusema ati huyu deputy president anachochea watu wa huko chini. Sasa mimi nataka niwaulize watu wa Kakamega. Mimi nikisema kabla nyinyi hamujatengeneza vyeo, wacha kwanza tutafutie vijana kazi. Hiyo ni kuchochea watu? Tuko katika hali ngumu katika taifa letu la Kenya. Bei ya mafuta ndio hiyo imefika 135. Mimi nataka niwaulize wale walipatiwa majukumu na rais, subcommittee ya cabinet ya serikali yetu, waketi chini kwa njia ya dharura, watoe advice, ndio tujue tunaenda vipi, ndio tupunguze haya mambo ambayo yanazidi kuwagandamiza wa Kenya. Kamati pia ya bunge ya mambo ya energy, waketi chini pamoja na waziri, watueleze na waeleze Kenya na watoe advice kwa serikali ili tuchukue hatua ambazo itasaidia wa Kenya kupunguza hali hii ya kuongezeka kwa mafuta ya petroli, ambayo itaongeza yale mambo mengine mengi na kuleta hali ya maisha kupanda gharama katika taifa letu la Kenya.
We elected this government, this regime of Jubilee. I was a young man. Most of the members of parliament my age, we were young, first-time members. Wananchi wote wakachagua Jubilee from Murang'a to Bungoma with a promise that there are some deliverables they were to deliver to the people of Kenya. The president himself talked about something that was called Big Four Agenda. Hapo katikati kukakuwa wageni, wakakuja wakatapeli sisi, wakanyakua nyumba yetu na wakapotea nayo. It is now so despicable. It is very insensitive. It is very inconsiderate for the government that we elected, that their preoccupation every day is to add the cost of living to the people of Kenya. And I want to remind the president, tafadhali, angalia nyuma, uangalie wa Kenya wale walikuweka kwenye huko. Wa Kenya wanaumia. Corona imeumiza kazi zao. Corona imeumiza biashara zao. We can no longer accept and we can no longer entertain the thought of increasing the prices of fuel products in the country of Kenya.
Kenyans are calling on the National Treasury and the Ministries of Energy, Petroleum and Agriculture to address, among other issues, the following. Noting that there exists a consumer protection mechanism to cushion Kenyans from adverse fluctuation in fuel prices, this mechanism is financed by the taxpayer at the pump through the Fuel Levy Fund. We ask, where is the 39 billion shillings Petroleum Development Levy Fund meant for the fuel subsidy program as this crisis deepens? The Auditor General has already raised questions on the irregular and illegal diversion of these consumer protection funds to state agencies and unnamed private entities. She has also decried abuse on the petroleum import system in favor of some preferred and politically connected oil marketers, deliberately depriving Kenyans of the subsidy mechanism. Can the Treasury also confirm or deny that the diversion of funds has been used in debt servicing and infrastructure development without the approval of the National Assembly? Can the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum list the import quotas that have been allocated to oil marketers over the last 1 year, and which are these oil marketers by name? The people telling us about Ukraine and Russia are also telling us that there is no shortage of fuel. They are also trying to blame oil marketers. So they are even conflicted in the reasons why we have an artificial crisis in the country. From their own statement, they are not sure of what to say. Is it because of the war in Ukraine, or is it because of the crisis with our oil marketers? Which is which? And that goes to tell you that this crisis is orchestrated, and it is as a result of the cartels and barons who have taken over, using conflict of interest and state capture in our economy. I mean, a straight answer would be, how come that fuel in Uganda is cheaper than fuel in Kenya? So, and yet the fuel being sold in Uganda goes through Kenya. That tells you that that kind of explanation is escapist and has no basis whatsoever. We should address ourselves to the crisis that is there in the country and the monopolies that have taken our fuel and economic sector captive. To increase the VAT by 8% for two reasons. Number one, because having differential rates, one at 8%, others at 16%, poses a problem, an integrity problem. People use it as a loophole to manipulate numbers, VAT in, VAT out.
Nikhil Hira, tax expert, says the action will have serious consequences, and that at a time when the cost of living is at an all-time high, raising the tax on the petroleum commodities is not the right thing to do, as increase in fuel will affect all sectors. He further avers that many of the proposed tax measures in the Finance Bill 2023 are coming in at the wrong time, when Kenyans are grappling with a high cost of living and cannot afford further taxation. According to the president, the action is driven by the need to resuscitate stalled road projects that are expected to cost the taxpayer 900 billion shillings.
I have tried to work with various departments, Kera, Kura, Kenha, to try and understand how do we manage this 900 billion. We've tried to cut it down. We've tried to stop some of the roads that have not started. We've died. But we still remain with close to about 680 billion that we have to manage. If I have to complete these roads, I need extra money.
In 2018, then-President Uhuru Kenyatta, in the Finance Bill 2018, attempted to introduce the 16% VAT, but owing to the unpopularity of the proposal, he rescinded to 8%. This time, President William Ruto says the increase is necessary.
This 8% that we are adding is going to give us about 50 billion shillings. It will begin to deal with the problem of roads across the country.
And in what the president says is balancing out the discomfort, the finance bill has proposed a reduction of the railway development levy from 2.5% to 1.5% and the import declaration fee from 3.5% to 2.5%. But these, however, do not have a direct impact on fuel. However, the railway development levy, for instance, is expected to promote the use of the SGR in ferrying goods, hence boosting its financial soundness.